Hey y'all, welcome to Southern Story Time with the Rambling Southern Gentleman. So, I've listened to your comments and critiques, and I've tried to solve the lighting and color constantly changing problem. I've been consulting with a few people about editing, software, hardware, everything in between. I hope to really up the production value of these videos so they don't look like they were filmed on a solar pocket calculator. If you see me looking down, I'm taking the politician's route of public speaking. I have to have a teleprompter with a script. Okay, so it's not a teleprompter, but it's a Word document with a semi script, if that's even a word, blown up to old person's eyesight size so I can try to keep up with it. It's just got my show notes on it. Hopefully, I don't lose my place. Just bear with me while I learn all this and get used to it. After watching more and more videos on Facebook, I feel like I should have bells and whistles going off, blinking lights, metallic gold Hawaiian grass skirt backgrounds, dingers going off, welcoming people as they join the video, shucking oysters, drawing names out of a bucket for bonus points, talking about the latest coupon codes, all while trying to sell you the latest pyramid scheme. You'll know what I'm talking about if you have friends that go live trying to sell their knickknacks, bric-a-brac, pearls from oysters, makeup, and latest investment schemes. I won't be doing a product review in this video because I would like to keep my videos to one subject only. Keep watching my feed though. I will be posting a review on a snack from my snack crate from Japan that I received this week. I wanted to do a video of the unboxing and trying different things, but it just hasn't worked out for time reasons and logistics. But stay tuned. I've got a real humdinger to review out of that box. Okay, so let's get started. Today's story comes from Abbeville, Alabama. Now, I thought Abbeville was a northern Alabama town, but it turns out it's actually a South Alabama town. It's a tale about a ghost grabbing kids and screaming in their ears. Now, right off, it sounds like this ghost needs a Priestler's pecan log to calm down. If something had grabbed me, I would need a pecan log myself. I might even settle for a Stuckey's pecan log or even one from Dollar General. After doing some research, I found out that there's actually a restaurant in Abbeville named Huggin Molly's. You can learn more about the story from their website. I encourage you to go check them out. It looks like a really great place. Basically, it seems that this is a cautionary tale to keep kids in off the street after dark for their safety, told by well intentioned parents. Let me read a couple of quotes from the book. Now, I'm getting this from the same book I got the Alabama White thing information from. It's called Alabama Lore by Will Elric. Uh, let's see. I know it's true because my grandmother told me about her friend that it happened to when she was just 10 years old. She had stayed out after dark, and she wasn't far from home, so she wasn't scared about being out so late. She was walking down the road that would take her to her backyard, and she was in sight of her house when Huggin Molly stepped in front of her from out of nowhere. The girl screamed and ran around the large woman dressed in black and ran home. She ran in the back door and locked it as her mom came in and asked what had happened when the girl said that she had seen Huggin Molly. The only thing the girl's mother could say was, I told you not to stay out after dark or Huggin Molly would get you. Now, this next quote from the book came from the restaurant's website at the date of publication of this book. The versions of who Huggin Molly actually was vary, but one frequent description depicts her as a giant woman of maybe 7 foot tall, as big around as a bale of cotton. I can sympathize with you, good sister. I feel like a bale of cotton. Some say her ghost still walks the streets of Abbeville, late in the night, sweeping her black skirt as she goes. If she happens upon you, she chases you down, gives you a hug, and screams in your ear. So basically, what most agree on from my research is that this is a spirit of a supposedly dead witch named Huggin Molly that will creep up on you if you're a younger person, grab you, squeeze you, and scream in your ear to the point you go in shock or die from suffocation. No one seems to be able to pinpoint the origin of this story or what year it came about. It seems that it's morphed into Molly specifically, but it seems like similar tales are told all over the state and country for that matter. One author connects the story to the story of the Golden Arm Girl. Now, I had never heard this story, it was totally foreign to me. Basically, this young girl lost her arm. Who knows how it happened? Maybe the Alabama white thing got a hold of her. Anyway, all the boys in the town wanted to court this girl because her daddy had a solid gold arm made to replace the one she had lost. First thing, solid gold. I mean, who was he? A Rockefeller in Alabama? Doesn't seem likely. Secondly, solid metal. She must have been a beast. I mean, a big old walloping land girl. A real mule of a lady to tote around a metal arm. Anyway, the girl died, from what we don't know, and the boys in town went and dug her body up after she was buried so they could get the golden arm. As they came to the body, they heard a voice telling them to go on. As they were running off with her arm, the ghost of the girl, dressed all in black, chased the boys and caught one of them and squeezed him to death. As he was being crushed to death, she yelled in his ears. It goes on to say that she still roams around looking for boys in the town to yell in their ears. I don't know why that. To me, that's just so funny. Now, that sounds like something that would happen back in the day when you were walking to the bathroom at the Blackstone in Gadsden after dark, when a really good band was really bringing down the house, and a girl was really feeling the show, and her back 40 beer would grab you and bust your eardrum with something. So basically, if you're ever in Abbeville, watch out after dark. You may be grabbed up, hugged, and screamed to death. I think the thing that would send me on to those pearly gates is feeling someone's hot breath in my ear and on my neck. Then again, do spirits have breath? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if they did have breath, I'm sure that there isn't crest in the spiritual realm, so if Huggin Molly did have breath, I bet it was pretty ripe and ranking. So this being a cautionary tale told by adults to keep kids safe, let's talk about two tales that kept me indoors and trembling as a child. We grew up back in the woods. I mean, way back. We couldn't see any neighbors. We couldn't see the highway. It was really the boondocks, and I loved it. To this day, I love it and hope to one day have a setup just like it. Growing up in this setting, the thing that scared us the most, or at least me, and scared our mother, were snakes. It was drilled into both mine and my sister's head from the time we could crawl to watch out for snakes. Any time we went out, Mama would say, "Watch out for snakes." And I mean every time we went out that door, she said that. Then when the sun started setting, Mama would call us back to the house. We couldn't be out in the yard because the snakes were crawling at dusk. She taught us anytime we were stepping over anything or reached to get something, or if we were just walking, to always watch for snakes. By the time I was a teenager, I was a nervous wreck about snakes. So the snakes kept me inside at night. And they can be out in winter too. I've seen them. There's also the boogeyman. Now, we all have our own vision of what the boogeyman is and looks like. My image of him is a local man that lived way down in the hollow. I can't reveal his name because he's still alive, kicking and wandering the highways and the byways of the backcountry. He always wore dark coveralls, a real rough looking man of the land with dark sunken eyes. Daddy was and is friends with him to this day. One time I rode with Daddy to a work site this guy was working at. I was only about 5 or 6 at the time. For some reason, Daddy put me in the truck to ride back with this man to wherever we were going, and I was scared to death. There was dried blood all over his dashboard. When I asked him about it, he told me that he had bought this truck and it was on the dash when he bought it. I mean, I could clearly see, even as young as I was, that it was just dried on the metal dash, and yes, this truck was old enough to just have a metal dash, and that it could be cleaned off or wiped off, but this man had just left it. I knew at that point it must have been the blood of the last kid he had murdered. It was like the old truck that the thing from Jeepers Creepers drove in the first movie. To this day, I still get weirded out thinking about this dude. From what I hear, he's a good guy, wouldn't harm a fly, would help anyone out, and give them the shirt off his back. But I tell you what, I'm not going to test those rumors. In my mind, he will forever be the boogeyman. Reminds me I need to watch Deliverance. I think some of his people may have been in it. All this talk reminds me about the Witch of Hines Road up above Knockalula Falls in Gadsden. I remember when me and a co-worker went up there on our lunch hour from the bank to see what it was all about. We took my Cadillac up there, which was clearly a mistake. As soon as we got halfway down that road, here we are, bottoming out on the ruts of Hines Road, looking for this witch's cabin, which was not there. It really felt like a place where Huggin Molly might be hanging out. The only thing I took away from that experience is a bill for the front end alignment for my caddy. I needed to do a video about the Hines Road Witch and that whole story. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment with suggestions, questions, critiques, so on and so forth. I'm always open to constructive criticism, or even if it's not constructive. Also, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share this video. It'll help you to continue seeing content from me. It also allow more and more people to see the videos, and I love entertaining people. I love to tell stories. And also remember, all of the videos that I do produce will be on YouTube. You can check that out. If I can't get a link on the post for whatever reason, you can just go to youtube.com and search it out. The Rambling Southern Gentleman, Southern Storytime. Anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate it.